LIU will be in the baby blues and the Fighting Illini in the brand new orange script jerseys. Here we go. Sharks win the tip. It's going to start with Malachi Davis. He can score. He's averaging 13 points a game. Driving in is Gordon. Stopped fighting for the rebound into the corner. And just like we talked about in the open there, Gordon looking to be a big presence on offense, Justin.
Yeah, they're looking to get downhill. Gordon comes off the screen, gets the switch onto a slightly slower Mirkovic on. Looks to attack downhill, not able to get the finish.
Only the second ever meeting between these two squads. First one was back last century. Stojakovic has it. Drives himself, puts it up, no foul called. Wagler fighting for the rebound. Instead, it's pulled in by Davis. He looks to go fast.
Looked to be some contact.
Oh, good move there by Davis to give the Sharks the first points of the afternoon.
Brad's not going to like that. That's that defense to offense we talked about there. That's way too easy.
Wagler driving in. And it's going to stay with Illinois, and you were alluding to it when we talked to Coach Underwood this morning. He said they are going to turn a lot of defense into offense. They're in the top 15th percentile in forced turnovers. Illinois can't be giving them freebies.
No, you got to stop the ball. Whoever's back on defense, you got to pick up ball. Davis did not get picked up until he got almost into the paint. That can't happen.
Wagler back at the top. Over to Tommy Slavicevic. Drives in on the much smaller Gordon. Tried the highlight pass. Instead, it's turned over. Goings pulls up from three. Banks off the front iron. Another fight for the rebound, but it's going to stay with the Sharks. And already 2 forced turnovers and opportunities for second chance points.
Yeah, Tommy Slav maybe doing a little bit too much there. Just go up strong against a shorter defender. And then LIU just pushing the ball out in transition. They're getting going. They're playing fast out here.
One of the higher tempo teams in the country. Davis trying to size up Boswell, uses the screen. Gives pass over to Lassou, who taps it in.
It's a great play there by Davis.
And they're going to call a foul there. It was Jamal Fuller and David Mirkovic fighting for position. Fuller had a really good game against Fordham in what was an overall poor shooting night for me at 19.
Yeah, he was the only bright spot on that floor. He went 6 for 10 from the field, had 19 points. But as a team, they shot 17 for 52, 1 for 15 from behind the arc.
It's a quick trip to the bench for Brad Underwood. He calls in Ben Humrickhouse for Mirkovic, who hits the bounce pass down to Boswell, and the Illini are on the board.
Surprising early sub there, taking Mirkovic out of the game. Maybe just trying to teach the freshman something.
He calls on his 5th-year senior Ben Humrickhouse, transfer from Evansville. Slowly but surely trying to find his confidence. He had 11 against Bama. On what was more of a poor shooting night as a travel's called there. Davis doesn't like it, but Justin, that looked like the right call.
That was a travel right there. Illini did a good job staying in front of their mans on that possession. Did not let any easy opportunities downhill. Davis got a little bit too excited, having to make something happen with the shot clock winding down.
Wagler controlling the point. Gives it over to Stojakovic. Wagler gets the switch with Fuller. He looks to abuse the mismatch. Drives in. Oh, nice move, young fella.
Yeah, you would never guess that's a freshman when you see him do stuff like that out there.
With the Sharks looking to go tempo again. Gordon drives on Stojakovic and uses the floater to get it in.
That's a great move right there. Uses the body, gets the bump, easy floater.
Stojakovic looking to return the favor. Foul called there. We actually had a pretty interesting talking point about Stojakovic earlier today with Coach Underwood. He said he knows he can score. It's just the other stuff that needs to impact the game as we see a replay of that drive.
Yeah, Brett Underwood is just highlighting the fact that we know that he can score, but basketball, there's a lot of things you have to do, and you have to be able to play defense. You have to be able to take care of the ball. He's looking to see that side of the game improve for Stojakovic.
Humrickhouse, corner 3, cash.
It's nice to see him getting going early. He struggled in the beginning of the game against Alabama.
Yeah, but like we said earlier, he did try to fill the stat sheet up as much as possible. 6 rebounds, a couple of blocks, something we didn't see a season ago.
And he's shooting the ball really well. 38% from 3 so far this season.
Oh, good inside pass. Lassou can't get it over Humrickhouse. He pulls down the rebound. Tempo again for the Fighting Illini. Wagler falls, and a call there, and again, it's Davis who's not happy with it.
That was almost unlucky for Davis there. Wagler seemed to trip into him. Davis accidentally got a hold of his arm.
Yeah, one of those just unfortunate positions to be in.
Hey, he did a good job stopping the drive. Wagler looked with a little hesitation, seemed to go in and out left, and was just cut off, and then the foul came on Davis from falling a bit.
Now's no better time to introduce our officials. Today it's Kevin Brill, Michael Irving, and Amy Bonner. And no, not that Michael Irving, Cowboys legend, as they're working out a clock situation right now. (7-6) early lead here for the Illini. Wagler uses Boswell's screen, gives it right back to Bam. Kick out, Jake Davis, his three. Won't go. Offensive rebound, stays with the orange and blue though. Boswell back out to Wagler, his three. Can't buy a bucket right now on that offensive side from distance.
Wagler with 3.5 offensive rebounds a game as he got one there.
Yeah, good work there by Malachi Davis to get a couple more points on the scoreboard for the Sharks. Tommy Slav gets fouled as he was trying to abuse the mismatch there with Goings. We talked about it off camera, but the Sharks are really going to struggle size-wise against the much bigger Fighting Illini.
Especially the Sharks team that switches a lot of things. Right there, you had a 6'5" Jomo Goings guarding a 7'1" Avicic. Good recognition there. Tommy Slav tries to back him down. The double team came, got fouled, but look for Tommy Slav to be the great passer that he is out of that low block when the double team comes.
Davis checked in last time out. Now it's Mihailo Petrovic making his State Farm Center debut. Played well in a reserve role at the United Center. Boswell can't get that one to go, but he'll shoot two from the free throw.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
They're one for their last 7 field goal attempts. The guy that's going to get them going, though, is Malachi Davis, who dishes it over to Porter Brown. Oh, good defense there by Boswell, trying to keep it in against Fuller, but it's heading back the orange and blue way.
Excellent active hands there from Boswell. And I was just about to say, the Sharks got to get Fuller going. He's yet to take a shot in 7 minutes on the floor.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough mistake there for the Fighting Illini. Petrovic took the ball out, but nobody was there to receive it, and Coach Underwood has to burn an early timeout. And that's the place the Sharks have been having success, is forcing turnovers and then again turning that defense into offense. Petrovic gets around his man. Quick pass out. Mirkovic thought about it, but instead he's going to hold on. Driving in, and a beautiful shot there, 24-10.
Mirkovic gets the switch and just says, mouse in the house, you're too small, backs him down to the cup.
Diving to the floor is Ivicic, keeps the ball alive. Good defensive effort there as Petrovic gets the ball plucked away. It's a fight for it, somehow rolls to a Fighting Illini. Illinois avoids a turnover. Oh, what a find! Petrovic with the nice layup.
Great back cut there. Defender turns his head on a low block touch.
And it seems nothing can go wrong right now for the Fighting Illini. Even when things are going wrong, they somehow end back up with the ball. Deep three, won't go. Fuller hit the ground. Instead, it's going Illinois' way.
That's not the way to get hot if you're Fuller. Step back threes from the corner is not going to cut it. Look to get to the cup.
Outside, Wagler, his three. Clanks off, Fuller wipes the board.
Good box out there from Gordon on Mirkovic.
The Sharks still in a scoring drought. And Fuller just falls down. Nothing going right for LIU. Boswell ahead to Petrovic, drives in, flings it off, but they're going to call it on the floor.
You'll get that in the NBA. You're not going to get that one in college. And nothing can go the Sharks' way. I mean, they're even slipping on drives over here. It's just hard for them to get anything going in their offense. But that is a big credit to this Illini D and their size.
You take one more look at it. The foul does look like it comes before the shooting motion starts. And like you said, if that was James Harden, he might get the call, but Mihailo Petrovic in just his second game, he's not going to get that one. Instead, he'll hit the free throw line for a 1-and-1.
And an Illini squad that's known for their offense, and on KenPom, which is an advanced analytics site, they are 6th in offensive efficiency, but they're also 17th in defense, so they can guard the ball as well.
Yeah, free throw won't go, so some of the worries continue there. They've only shot 3 today. Fuller trying to drive in on Hummerkaus, but they're going to get the foul there. Hummerkaus does not like that call.
He may have got his hand on the ball, but he's reaching across his body to try and get that jump ball. That's very hard to do, and he did end up getting his arm towards the end.
Yeah, anytime you get that contact, I don't think they're going to stick with the defensive player on there. It's an offensive-driven game. Neal, good floater, gets the scoring drought over. It's been 5 minutes since they put points on the board.
It's been a while. That's got to feel good. Start to try and make a run here, so you're not down double digit or 20 points by halftime.
Wagler driving in. Back out to Hummerkaus. Three-pointer. Clanks off the front iron. Boswell offensive rebound. Hummerkaus will try again. There's the confidence. But can't buy a bucket. He is 0 for 3 today from 3. 1 for 3, excuse me.
Neal threw that lob to Gordon like he was Wembanyama down there.
Yeah, all Gordon can do is smile after that one. Another turnover for the Sharks.
These Sharks may be athletic, but I don't know if he's touching the top right corner of the backboard to come down with that.
It was wishful thinking. Wagler looking to make the move. Oh, step back 3. It's good! What a shot.
Keaton Wagler, the freshman. Drive, pound dribble, create space with the off arm. Step back 3, splash.
He's got 5. Second to only Boswell, who's got 7. And almost another turnover there. He's harassing Neal.
Took the words out of my mouth. I was going to say he's harassing Neal as well.
Little ambitious pass there, trying to get it to Stojakovic. Gordon comes away with the turnover, and he's looking to go with speed.
It's a good job by Gordon getting back on defense, able to take that passing alley away.
Slings it on over into the corner, and that 3 is good from Moran.
Talked about the three-point struggles. That's the first 3 of the game for them. They're 1 for 6 from behind the arc.
Yeah, shooting has not been their forte these last 2 games. In the 69-53 loss to Fordham, they had a rough night. Oh, what didn't go? Illinois still ends up with it. Hummerkaus is just going to take it himself, and he gets 2 to his name.
The right idea there by Visic. The lob just wasn't placed well enough, but good cut by Stojakovic. And it all worked out for the Illini in the end.
31-15, 7 minutes remaining here. Neal Jr., who has seen extended minutes today, finds Fuller, pump fake, but Hummerkaus gets a piece of it. They're going to call a foul on Fuller. It's going with Illinois.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
Ranked 8th in the country, you got to be prepared for the end of the year because you know you're going to be in the tourney.
Yeah, Neal Jr. tried to throw the oop over to Miranda, another guy with size. Davis, quick find inside to Mirkovic. Over to Big Z. Bounce pass, and 1!
Little big-to-big connection there. Mirkovic gets the ball kind of in the short corner, sees Avicic has a huge mismatch, gets it into him. Entire defense collapses on Avicic. See Miranda come over to help. Mirkovic with a good cut, drop off by Avicic, and 1.
Yeah, AJ Neal Jr., there's not much you can do there. He's only 6'2", and that's listed at 6'2". I think that might be a bit generous, as Mirkovic is going to try to pick up the free throw after the and one and push the lead to 41-19. He does.
Mirkovic with 7 points and 3 boards so far today. He was not very happy with his performance against Alabama, but he has been an excellent player on this team to start the year, including a 2020 game earlier in the season against Colgate.
Jomo Goings back in the game. Haven't said his name all that much, mostly because Neal's been playing so well. Miranda tried the cute jumper, doesn't work for him. They're trying to get anything on offense. It's just not clicking.
It's pretty interesting from Miranda, 7-1 with a little step back jumper.
Boswell! Bam, bam!
Hey, get up, Kylan. Crashes the boards with a put-back dunk off the Mirkovic miss.
In what's been a highlight-filled first half, folks, you might have just gotten the highlight of the day. Deep three, doesn't go. Davis pulls down the rebound, gives it back to Boswell. And he's going to slow it up at the top.
Kylan calling for it here.
It doesn't stop. Svanamir throws it down. And it's going to be a timeout from the Sharks. Illinois up 45-19. 2.5 left in the first half. 7-0 run for the Fighting Illini. And the Sharks will try three. Can't get it to go. They're one of their last 10 as Ivicic pulls down the board.
They're going to have to start hitting shots if they want to get back in this game. Especially down big, you got to start making threes.
That's going to be a quick foul here. It will stay with Illinois. A couple of free throws coming up.
His first.
Send Mirkovic to the line.
David Mirkovic at the line, shooting 2.
We have not seen a lot of Andrej Stojakovic today. He has 2 points in 11 minutes on the floor. They do have a 30-point lead, so maybe it can be getting other people some minutes, but I do wonder what is up with that, because Stojakovic has been a stud in the recent games against Texas Tech and Bama specifically. Put up 26 against Bama. A little interesting to see why he's not getting as many minutes today.
Yeah, Mirkovic cashes in on both. He's perfect from the line today. 6 for 8 overall for the Fighting Illini in what was a subpar free throw shooting game on Tuesday night. Lead getting close to out of hand, if not already, as Svanamir pulls down the board, flings it ahead to Boswell. He's all gas, no breaks. Kick out to Wagler.
Davis missed that layup, but I like his game. He does a great job of attacking, getting downhill, and looks very composed.
Wagler trying to use his size, and a good move from the freshman to get the lay-in.
It's just a pro move. Just backs his defenders down, surveys the floor, finds the gaps. Easy layup.
Yeah, he's got 7 as we're at the 90-second mark.
I feel like last time I talked about the Illini's good shooting, they're at 64%. Now they're at 67% from the field. It's unheard of.
It's a scoring drought of 3 minutes. They're 1 for their last 11. LIU just has to get something going. This might be it. Shepard, not even close. Boswell.
See another dunk?
Yeah, Shepard made a business decision there. Kick out to Davis. His 3 is good. It's raining in Champaign.
Jake Davis said, I want to get out of this party too. Everyone's scoring as he knocks down the 3.
He's got his first points of the day. If you're LIU, you feel like you just got to get a couple points on the board to feel good about yourselves before halftime. Gordon, good move, blocked by Ivicic, and they can hold for the final shot.
Nothing's working for the Sharks. Great move by Gordon. Gets all the way to the basket, and Svanamir just erases it with his excellent rim presence. He's averaging 2.5 blocks per game so far this season, Svanamir is.
It's a 14-0 run. Wagler with 10. Turnaround. It's good, and it is all Illinois in the first half, 54-19.
can't even get close to winning a basketball game if your assist-to-turnover ratio is 0.2. They've got to keep control of the ball and start knocking down these opportunities.
Yeah, not the best recipe for success, especially if you want to play team basketball, which the Sharks want to do. Boswell leads all scorers with 11, as Illinois has the first possession today, but it's just taken away, and that's how the first half started too, was Long Island's ability to force turnovers. It just disappeared there for the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, Tomislav tried to force that into way too tight of a window. It was not the correct read.
I haven't seen a lot of Tommy today. Only 11 minutes. Fuller, deep three. Clangs off. Stojakovic pulls the rebound. He didn't see a ton of minutes in the first half. And he's going to drive in and does what he does. He scores there. He's a pure scorer, Justin.
Oh, he's a professional at it. He'll be doing it in the league someday, too. No one picks him up, just gets right to the cup. Great use of his 2 steps. Finger rolls it in.
The Peja jeans run deep through Andrej. As Goings tries to drive in on the taller Wagler, who just pulls that rebound down after doing a good job just staying straight up.
It was great D right there. Stayed vertical, got the block.
Boswell slung it over to Tommy, who gives it back to Stojakovic. Little step back jumper, good.
Stojakovic.
He's trying his best to get involved in that scoring party.
Talked about him doing it in the league. That's just a pro move there. Attack baseline, bump with the body, creates a space, knocks down a little 8-footer.
And now he's playing the defense. This is what Underwood wanted from him, to put everything together and make a bigger impact on the game.
He's matched up with Davis there. That's a good test to your defensive ability, guarding someone like Malachi Davis.
Yeah, Boswell holds it back out after forcing a turnover. It was an A-wire bounce pass. Inside pass to Ivisic. No problem there. Goins is going to have a tough time with that matchup.
That's excellent offense right there. Mirkovic flashes to the elbow. Avicii is he's posting up, looking for it on the wing. He's able to flip it around and get the easy layup by sealing his man.
Another steal there. Wagler is going to need some help. Gives it over to Mirkovic, able to corral it, but a foul's called as he just chucks it up at the clock.
That was a little too much there from Wagler. He was kind of going 1-on-2. His 2 wings hadn't really gotten his vision yet. Just slow that one down a little bit. He got himself into a little sticky situation.
Well, Rod Strickland has seen enough from his starters. He's going to call Neal Porter Brown in as well, along with Fahim Miran, as he's going to give Gordon and Davis a quick send to the bench.
Yeah, his starters have not had a good game. Greg Gordon with -32 in plus-minus.
Mirkovic got Neal to jump, but good defense there by Neal to poke it out. It's staying with Illinois.
It's good active hands there by Neal after getting beat on the shot fake. Looked like he maybe got that off Mirkovic's leg, but that ref has a way better view than I do.
Yeah, I think they're going to call a challenge right here. Of course, challenges are new to college basketball. We can take this time to go over what it looks like. Each coach gets 1 challenge per game. If they win that challenge, they get to keep it. However, if they lose that challenge, they don't. The max you get would be 2 challenges. And Justin, how do you think coaches are going to use this as the season goes on? Boswell out to Ivisic. Mirkovic. Oh, good pass. Stojakovic by himself. What a mouthful. Can't get the 3 to go, but he's got his eye on the basket.
That's got to be fun, saying Ivisic to Mirkovic to Stojakovic.
Ivisic, teardrop, good.
Got the mismatch said you're too little. 9 inches of height difference between Fuller and Ivisic.
Miran over to Lassou. Neal Jr., good move. A lot of arc on that one, and they cash in from distance. Only the second 3-pointer of the day.
Neal with an attack, snatch, behind the back, step back, and that ball almost hit the Jumbotron, but it went in.
Mirkovic just has to give it right back out to Wagler. Neal only averaging 1.3 points per game, but he's seen a lot of time here. He's got 10 minutes of play. Wagler holds on again. Good move to take the extra step. And they're going to call a foul, but it's good.
Oh, Mr. Fancy with the footwork down there. Keaton Wagler. He called for the ISO and he cleared Mirkovic out. Gets down low, shot fake, bump, shot fake, step through, lay, and 1.
That's a nasty step through. I said it earlier in the game, but his body control just for 18. He's not the biggest guy, but he uses that length to his advantage.
No, he's not. You would not think he's as strong as he is. by looking at him.
Cashes in on the free throw as well.
And that defense is so defeating for LIU. You stop the attack, you wall up, you defend 3 fakes, and then the 4th one gets you and a foul.
Boswell's going to get a breather. Mihailo Petrovic comes in. Fuller gives it over to Neal. I was wondering if they're going to give a different look at just that primary ball handler. So far, it's only been Davis and Neal. And with Davis getting that quick trip to the bench, it's just been Neal. As another turnover here as Wagler gets it. He's the hot hand. Over to Stojakovic. Thought about it. Spin move. And a good defensive possession there. They're going to look to turn it into offense. And it's going the other way. Couple sloppy possessions there from both squads.
A little out of control there from Porter Brown. He slipped a bit, caused a turnover on the LIU end the first time, but then he comes down and he gets the block. That's great. And then he leads into transition and tries to go 1-on-3 at the basket and gets denied. Just a little bit too out of control, trying to do too much.
Greg Gordon coming back in the game. He's only got 2 points today. Only 4 shots, though. There just hasn't been as many opportunities as you would like.
Oh, and I mean, if you look at the points per game from them this season and the transfers they got, you'd think they'd be lighting it up on the scoreboard.
Wagler, you can tell he wants it. Instead, dishes it over to Petrovic. Tomislav with the mismatch. Gets around his defender. Fuller went up. He gets hacked from the back, and he's going to shoot 2.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
The NEC conference.
Safe to say the guy knows how to develop talent. It's an older team. A lot of these guys have played prep years after their high school graduation, but have all found their way to LIU. They're down 40, though, in Champaign, just against a tough Illinois squad. Andrew Berkey alongside Justin St. Louis and Maisie Garrett. Deep 3 from Moran. It's good, and a shooting streak. They're starting to heat up just a bit. They're up to 31% from distance now.
Yeah, they were 1 for 11, so they're 4 for their last 5.
Andrej Stojakovic.
And when you need a bucket, just call Andrej Stojakovic. He'll get you 2.
He just bullies people out here. He just goes to the hoop and says, "You are not stopping me from getting to the Baja," and he just lays it in.
Neal throws one off the glass, gets it to bounce in. Good defense there by Moran. A lazy pass from Zvonimir Ivasic, but Brandon Lee pokes it out.
When Zvonimir threw that away, I looked at Brad, and he was facing the other way, so I don't think he saw that. But when he sees that on film, he is going to be livid. That's more of those simple things like the inbound pass earlier in the game that the Illini cannot have.
Over to Mirkovic. His defender falls down, and it's an easy 2 points.
And Neal's giving it all he has down low. The 6'2 junior trying, but there's nothing you can do to stop Big Merk down there.
Yeah, he's put up a quietly impressive day, 11 points, 6 boards, and 2 assists.
It's one of the beauties of the Illini squad. They got so many people that can go off that you don't need Mirkovic to go for 20 to win the game.
Moran, another 3. Doesn't get it to go. Ivasic and Stojakovic fighting for the board.
Good stunt and close there by Kylan. Stunts to cut off the drive, able to make a good close out of Moran.
Stojakovic, another drive to get in.
It's too easy for him. He's got to turn up the sliders. He's playing 2K on rookie mode out here. The defense just cannot stop him.
Yeah, he's got defenders just throwing their arms up. Treshawn Shepard was on the receiving end of that drive as he had the ball, dishes it over to Neal Jr. Denied by Zvonimir.
Oh my God.
Is everyone okay over there?
That ball came in hot. That came in like an Aroldis Chapman fastball to the stands by Zvonimir. As the great Casey King would say, no soup for you.
It stays with the Sharks, but just another highlight added to Big Z's highlight reel today. Couple of dunks, a big slam dunk, and then of course a shot clock violation. The Sharks struggling to find answers on any front today.
That shot clock does not reset on a block out of bounds. Didn't seem anybody on the floor knew that. There was not a lot of urgency to get a shot up there.
But this has been their best part of their game today. They're 5 of their last 7 field goal attempts and force another turnover there. Gordon keeps it himself. Foul called on Mirkovic. Can't get the layup to go, but he's going to shoot 2. That's only the first foul on Illinois in this second half, Justin.
Yeah, and a lot of that is just credit to playing good defense. A lot of good wall-ups, and the Sharks are turning the ball over a lot. There's not even chances for them to get fouls because we're not seeing them take the ball very physical to the basket. It's a lot of threes and turnovers.
Yes.
Gordon there rose up, went up strong, just not able to convert the layup.
16 turnovers for the Sharks. And you know what that means with the miss. There's going to be a chance at the Nuggets. If he misses both, it's going to be free Chicken McNuggets
Nuggets.
for the Fighting Illini fans.
Nuggets.
Justin wants the free Nuggets.
Oh, I'd love some free nuggets. I'm hungry over here.
Pressure's on Gordon.
I love the loudest the crowd has been all day is for them free nuggets.
And they will go hungry in Champaign. Gordon catches
smiling.
it on the second. He knows in what's been a otherwise down day for the Sharks, it's something they can hang their hat on. Oh, what a move, Stojakovic. Just keeps adding to his
I
bag.
feel like I'm contemplating it or complimenting him too much, but it's just so pretty. It's so effortless for him out there.
And now he's getting back on the defensive end. 8.5 left in the second half. Gordon, good pass outside. It's Porter Brown, lays it up for 2.
Mason Porter Brown.
Good move there by Porter Brown.
And this offense is finally clicking for them. Wagler lost it, gets held back by Porter Brown. And you think he might not have had to hold Wagler back. It was going to be a clean trip to the basket.
Yeah, he was trying to fight to get inside leverage. Like that ball was a quarterback almost. He's a defensive end on Wagler. He ends up hooking him and taking him to the ground. But yeah, like you said, Gordon would have had a wide open break on that one.
Yeah, you see it's a fight, and it looks more just like he gets tangled up with him.
He's trying to cut him off. You got to be taking nice angles to be the first to the ball. Ends up tripping him up.
Hummerkaus inbounds to Boswell, who himself has put together a pretty good day. Couple assists, 11 points, and a couple boards too. A lot of team basketball for the orange and blue. Throws it up to Zvonimir. Another big dunk for Big Z.
There's nothing you can do about that. We've seen it all game. There is nothing that they can do about that. But it all starts at being able to guard the ball. You can't let Kylan get to 5 feet from the basket. It's too hard to guard at that point.
It's been too easy. Gordon thought about trying to get it over to Big Z. Instead, launches out a 3, and it's good from Fahim Moran.
Good play there by Gordon, staying under control, stopping in the paint. Looks out, finds the open man, and Moran knocks it down.
And although the Sharks are answering, Illinois has made 6 of their last 6. Wagler trying to go 7 for 7 here. Instead, wrap around. Big Z from distance. Off the front iron and pulled in.
As game turned into a bit of a shootout all of a sudden, both teams on scoring runs.
Davis tried. Nothing can go right. Even the putback attempt can't find the bottom of the basket. As Illinois is up 39 here in the second half.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
Illinois' defense a little laxed here in the last 3 minutes or so. I do think part of that, though, is the Sharks were playing much better, but they haven't had an answer here for Stojakovic. Tough bucket again, Stojakovic.
Just as I say, he's making easy layups.
And another tough bucket on the other end. Good work there.
He's got good finishing all around down here. Play Bama, play UConn, play Tennessee. It'll only help them later in the year and in March, getting exposed to the top talent early on.
Yeah, the argument is a quad 1 loss is arguably just as good as a quad 1 win. It's obviously better than a quad 2 loss or a quad 3 loss. as he can't convert the and one. Stojakovic comes the other way, and he's just adding to his scoring total. He's unbelievable in this second half. He's up to 20 now.
Yeah, I don't think Coach heard me over there. They left him on isolation again. He just gets a wide open layup, beating his defender. Ooh.
Oh, even better move. Malachi Davis and Stojakovic are going blow for blow right now.
It's back-to-back, just tough finishes there by Davis. Got the foul on the one earlier. That one, little up and under, reverse lay.
Wagler threw it up towards the rim. It won't go, and you can see they're trying to go fast. Neal, stop and pop from three. Bank is good. And Underwood not happy right now with
no one
his
picked up
defensive
the
effort.
ball. No one picked up the ball there. Neal's just able to walk into the three. He did bank it in, but the shot was wide open. He just walked into it.
Boswell puts up his own three. Rebound pulled in by the Sharks, and it's going to be the hot hand of Gordon again.
Sharks going fast out here.
Porter Brown over to Shepard. Back out to Neal Jr., who thought about the three. Quick foul called there on Kylan.
Foul on Illinois number 4, Kylan Boswell, his second, team's third.
That means that Brandon Lee's going to come back in, David Mirkovic as well, and it's going to be the first appearance for Shinyi Lee on the season.
The junior center from Beijing, China. Will get his first go out here, and it's against Tomislav Ivisic.
Yeah, it's
not
a
exactly in his favor.
Pretty tough matchup to draw for your first appearance of the 2025 season. Neal likes that shot. You can tell he keeps thinking about it. Instead, tries to just throw it off the glass, won't go. Rebound corralled by Mirkovic.
Neal's made 2 threes. He banked one of them, but he still made 2 threes, so the Illini have to respect it.
Mirkovic trying to show off his finish game. Instead, he's sent to the court, and he's going to shoot 2.
Yeah, Mirkovic there said, Stojakovic, you want to see me do it? It's a little crafty with that spin move. Tries with the left hand under.
Yeah, I don't think a 6'9", 255-pound forward is supposed to be able to do that.
No, that is just nasty. That's some stuff you see like Giannis do out there. A little push cross with the right, straight into the spin.
Makes the first. So is that the comparison? Is that what we're saying? David Mirkovic is Giannis?
I'm not saying he is Giannis-esque, but that was what that move reminded me of.
Probably safer side to be on that side. Misses the second. Can't get both to go. Sharks looking to move with tempo. Almost picked off there by Wagler. But a good job by Illinois to respond and get back on defense. Inside to Shepard. Teardrop won't go. Rebound Ivisic. Throws it ahead to Stojakovic. Another Euro. Inside to Lee. Toilet bowls out. But an offensive rebound, and Neal just plucks it away.
Thought that should have been goaltending on Mirkovic. It looked like he accidentally grabbed the net, and the rim was shaking on that board. But no harm done for the Sharks.
That three was blocked by Stojakovic. It was Porter Brown who fired it off. And a quick foul call. And the Red Raiders look like they just need to get healthy. Kind of similar to Illinois. That's what it was talked about before that game took place, as Lee all over Neal Jr., and he does his best to just chuck something up at the rim. He's going to shoot 2. Coach Underwood, not a fan of that call.
No, that was, we've seen a good amount of physicality slide in this game. That was sort of one of those first, bumps that we've seen called a foul today. It was good defense by Lee. Still a good move by Neal, though, able to get downhill. He gets to like that 6-foot spot to look for the floater.
He gets the first one to go. Jason jacks this in for the first time today, the 6'10", 210-pound redshirt freshman from Yorkville, and Blake Fagbemi comes in, the freshman from Naperville, Illinois. So slowly but surely, the bench is starting to get unloaded here in Champaign as Neal can't get the second to go. And Fagbemi, who Underwood said is one of the most athletic players he's ever coached, is going to run point.
Yeah, it'll be a good year here for him to develop, as this Illini team is very deep, so not a lot of spots for him. It's a great team to practice against and be able to grow your craft.
Corner 3 is good. Good work there by Porter Brown to get a basket on the board. He's up to 7 now.
The Sharks are 7 for their last 10 on threes. after the very slow start from behind the arch.
Meanwhile, the Fighting Illini are in a bit of a drought after Stojakovic hit the bench as Wagler chucks up a three. Drought no more. The freshman's big day continues.
That's how you end a drought right there. Wagler gets a switch onto the center, sizes him up, cross, hezzy pull, splashes it.
Porter Brown got Fagbemi jumping up, but he gets the rebound over Lee.
Petrovic checking in. That's a little interesting late in the game. Maybe just some reps, as he'll probably come in for Wagler.
And right as you say that, he starts to walk it back, and A.J. Red is going to look to check in. Wagler, spin move. Lost control of the ball, but it's going to stay with Illinois.
Yeah, I guess I jinxed Petrovic getting more minutes. So if you hear that, I am sorry, Mahalo.
And you hear the crowd reception. Glue guy A.J. Red's in the game.
Yeah, former walk-on. He is loved down here in Champaign.
Yeah, team manager turned walk-on. He's got a three ball. Couldn't get it to go. This place might have exploded if he could.
This place would have got louder than Nuggets if he could send that one home. Just a little too strong.
2-minute warning. Over to Lee. Three ball. Rattles off the front. Oh, good crossover by Lee. Inside to Red. 2 points for A.J. Red.
That was a very good Gortat screen there by Jaxtis. He was walking down and just ended up screening his defender to give Red the wide open lane to the basket.
These five have a lot of playing time together. We saw in shoot-around today that they were the first ones working on the offensive sets for today. And it's going to go right back with them on offense. It also helps when you have somebody like Jake Davis who has some starting experience. Didn't mean to cut you off there, Justin.
No, Jake Davis will give them a bit of just a calming presence on the floor. I was just going to say the Illini, they're in a 100-ball watch. So they would try and get that for the third time this year.
Only 4 points away. Jaxtis gives it over to Red. Well, if you want somebody to get a bucket, it might be this guy, Lee. One of the top scorers gets it there. Under a minute left. And triple digits, just 2 points away.
Great body control by a freshman, using his first step to bump the defender off. Second one to get the open shot, puts it in. Strong take.
Lee doing his best. Ball comes right on over by us.
Underwood talked about that Lee is also an excellent defender, not just on the offensive side. He's very physical. He's able to get active hands there into the passing lane and tip that out of bounds.
Neal Jr. over to Lee, driving in on Jaxtis. Jaxtis gets his hands on it. Shot clock is off. And Red will dribble it up. And I don't think there's going to be an opportunity for the 100 ball.
No, I saw the stop sign go up from assistant coach Tyler Underwood on the bench.
State Farm Center, get on your feet. The Illini are back on track with a 40-point win over LIU. Illinois wins this one.
It's a great comeback for the Illini after that loss to Bama, a game in which they thought that they could win. They came out here and just destroyed the Sharks. This game was really never in doubt for the Illini after the 5-minute mark.